I'm pleased to welcome you all on this session. I'm really excited to be here for sharing my knowledge on this topic today. And I think everybody knows what is the topic. Do you need CDP or you need Smart CDP? Okay, for those who don't know me, this is Arvind, working as a senior technology lead for Horizontal Digital UAE, as Annie mentioned. I joined Horizontal 3 years back, and it has been an amazing journey so far. Overall, I'm having more than 15 years of IT experience, played various roles throughout my career, starting from developer to now senior technology lead. I'm passionate towards the technology and always seeks to explore something new. I'm a technology blogger as well, and you can find more than 35 technology articles on various topics, and quite active on Sitecore community, like Sitecore Stack Exchange, LinkedIn, Slack. So I'll share those links here, like Slack. On Slack, my ID is gehlot.arvind. And LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can find a couple of code repositories on GitHub and a few code snippets on Gist as well. So whenever you want to try something new, you can just refer those and you'll find some interesting stuff there. Firstly, I'll start some introduction of CDP, what it is, what are the capability of CDP, and then we'll move on to the available CDP in the market, and we'll have some comparative study on those platforms after that. I'll cover Sitecore as Smart Hub, like why we are calling Sitecore as a Smart Hub and why to go with Sitecore CDP, and then we'll see what could be the result of having Sitecore CDP and what benefit business can have out of it. At the later part, we'll have some questions and answer round, and then we'll close the session with thanks. So let's jump on the first topic today. So what is CDP and why do we need another one? So basically, CDP is a type of packaged software which create a persistent unified customer database that is accessible to all other systems. Data is pulled from multiple sources, cleaned and combined to create single customer profile. This structured data is then made available to other marketing systems to make use of it and to get a business outcome or business decision out of it. In simple terms, a customer data platform is a tool that allows marketers to transform their users' data into meaningful customer experiences and impactful customer experiences. Now, the next question is, why do we need CDP? CDP might be needed for an organization when organizations have a large amount of customer data, but it is stored in slow-moving and inaccessible database, preventing you from innovating quickly. So you have that data, but you cannot make use of that data in meaningful way, and you'll not be able to use that data to benefit for the organization. Or where organizations need to join a behavioral online CRM and transactional offline data, so we can get a 360-degree view of the customer. If it is not happening, then you might need a CDP. Or company wants to improve their segmentation process. I hope whoever is not very much aware of CDP, CDP is one of the biggest feature for CDP is segmentation. So those are a couple of points where any organization needs CDP if they falls into these couple of points categories. So again, like to make use of data, you might need a CDP that we already discussed here to get the maximum benefit out of the already stored data somewhere. Now, What happened? So we learned when an organization needs CDP, but what are those core capability of CDP that every CDP must to have? And there are mainly four core capabilities of CDP. The first one is data collection. The ability to ingest first-party individual-level customer data from multiple sources, online or offline, but whatever it is, in a real time and without limit on storage. So there are many ways, depending on business need to ingest the data into CDP, and we will briefly cover this in upcoming slides, like how and what are the ways where we can ingest the data into the CDP. Second one is profile unification that we touched upon. The ability to consolidate profiles at the person level and the connect attributes to identifiers or to identities, and provide 360-degree view of your customer. We'll get everything about your customer on one single dashboard. The third one is segmentation. Segmentation is an interface that enables the marketer to create and manage segments. Basic offering support rule-based segment creation, where we can provide some rules to calculate the segments. And these segments could be dynamic or real-time in nature. And the fourth one is activation. The ability to send segments without or with instruction for activity or activating them. To engagement tools, to external engagement tools for email campaign, mobile messaging, and advertising, so whatever it is. So once we have created a segmentation, we can export those segmentation to any third-party platforms that can further make use of that data and segmentation on top of it. Next, we'll discuss about what type of CDP is available into the market. CDP is a very generic term, and there are multiple tools or platforms available into the market. So we'll discuss what are those. These are exclusively four types of CDP in the market, and we'll briefly cover all of these here. So first, you can see that the CDP engine. What is CDP engine? We can say that these engines can provide us the APIs, or they can expose the APIs and just APIs. Rest everything needs to be implemented by the development team. So APIs are there. There are no dashboard that is provided, no reporting, no decision engine. It is all exposed through APIs, and the source system needs to consume those APIs and do whatever they want on that data. So that is the first category of CDP, so CDP engine. The next category could be marketing data integration. So in marketing data integration, execution is done within the ecosystem itself. So actual execution is done within that tool itself, which is great. But analytics and decisioning must be handled in other applications. So you can get the execution done within the platform itself, but to apply the decisions and to apply the decisioning and analytics, you need to depend on other third-party providers. So it is not complete as such, the CDP. And the third, and which is the most important CDP type, is Smart Hub. So emphasize marketing, orchestration, and personalization. In specifically, Smart Hub also provide data analytics, personalization, and last but not the least, marketers friendly, which means even marketer can configure to send the personalized content. So you can see that the complete package where marketers can log into, he can get whatever he wants. He can apply some kind of segmentation. He can apply some kind of he can create the some kind of experiences. He can create experiments, and he can even visualize the personalization delivery, like how that personalization would be visible to the calling application. So that is the definition of Smart Hub. And the last one is Marketing Cloud. Marketing Cloud is a bit of inflexible data management in Marketing Cloud system, and also profile unification is not that strong. Although it is there, but it is not that strong if you are comparing it with Smart Hub. And that is what we get it in CDP, or to be very precise, Smart Hub. So in Smart Hub, those all informations are into one single package. So now we understood the available CDP types and differences among those types. Now we need to know which CDP provider is the best one for the organization. So these are the types, like depending on the types, you can choose whatever the CDP type you want. If your dashboard is entirely ready with you and you just want some basic APIs that do, so maybe the CDP engine best fit for you. And if you want more control over the dashboard reporting, and you are not worrying about much on decisioning and analytics, maybe CDP engine is good for you. But if you want everything into one single package where marketers can also make use of the data and create whatever the experiences they want to show to the end user, then I think Smart Hub would be the best fit. Okay, so these are the platforms that offers CDP with their respective CDP types and their expertise level on CDP components. So we can see that the major components of the CDP is decisioning, personalization, and testing. And these are the CDPs available into the market. So all those CDPs falls under the Smart Hub category that we discussed. However, we can see that Sitecore CDP offers all three: decisioning, personalization, and testing. So we can see that this is the only tool, or this is the only platform that covers everything in one single package. Okay, next we will see where Sitecore CDP stands amongst all other market leaders. Right, so CDP, we know that all components are offered by CDP itself. But what are the other competitors into the market? So here are the market leaders for their CDP types. So we can say that Sitecore, Adobe, Salesforce, Telium, and Practical, these are CDPs or leaders into the market, where Adobe and Salesforce are from Marketing Cloud, which is we already discussed that, which is with a bit of inflexible data management in Marketing Cloud system, and also profile unification is not that strong. So maybe Adobe and Salesforce, if you're looking into everything into the one single platform, then maybe Adobe and Salesforce not and should not be your choice. And Segment, Telium, and Ampractical are from data integration, where aggregation is done within the ecosystem, but analytics and decisioning must be handled in other applications. So it is again like, as we mentioned, data integration can be done with these tools, but for analytics and decisioning, you need to depend on other applications. Now, let's see where Sitecore CDP stands with all other type of CDPs in a diagrammatic way. So let's see where it is. So here is the diagram where you can see that we discussed about multiple areas on which we can make some decisions. What are the tools that are good at the execution? What are the tools that are good at the marketing? Managers friendly, and what about the data management? So you can see that Sitecore is here at the top right corner. Not only does it is like not only does Sitecore CDP captures, ingest, and integrate the data, it also activate your data and causing age testing, decisioning, and personalization. The result: Sitecore CDP deliver the next best experience, offer content to your customer at the right place at the right time. So it is clear that Smart Hub is a way to go to get the best in both worlds, from Marketing Cloud and marketing data ingestion. And Sitecore CDP is right there. Now, how Sitecore CDP capabilities make it possible to be considered into Smart Hub category? Let's figure that out in next slide. Here we go. At very core level, every CDP offers integration, event capturing, and profile unification. Along with this, Sitecore CDP offers personalization, decisioning, testing on top of core CDP capabilities that we just discussed a couple of slides ago. So we can say that the CDP core CDP functionalities are there at the bottom, and what makes it Smart CDP or Smart Hub is the addition of testing, personalization, and decisioning into the tool, and that is what Sitecore is doing. Now let's capture how it works all together, right? So this is actually, this is the core functionality, and this is the microservice-based ecosystem of Sitecore CDP. We had already discussed it in in our previous session. So we'll not go into much deeper details, but we will still briefly touch the areas. So at the core level, where the actual processing happens, so the diagram you can see, this is the core level, or we can say heart of the entire ecosystem in this, with four main components: CDP, testing, personalization, and decisioning that we discussed. It featured with web experiences, full stack experiences. When we are saying full stack, means that includes interactive experiences and triggered experiences. So it is a bit technical term, and we already covered it in our previous session, so I'll not go into that deeper. And then we have the experiments. So experiments to perform A/B testing over the multiple variants to figure out which one is performing the best one, and we have decisioning system at the core component that provide the necessary logic to deliver personalized content in the system. Next one is the data ingestion. In terms of data, there are three main ways through which data can be ingested into the CDP: the stream API, then we have the interactive API, and the last one is the batch API. So stream API, which capture all real-time behavior data from the various devices like web, mobile, etc. And interactive APIs, where real-time data processing can be done via interactive APIs. So those APIs can be directly consumed via devices. And the last one is the batch APIs that enable us to make large amount of slow-moving data sent to the CDP. This will take care of all your offline data. For an example, new customer or direct store purchases. So those are not the online transaction. Those are the offline transaction, in-store transactions, and those transactions can be ingested into the Sitecore CDP via some offline jobs. So that moment we are using the batch APIs. Then at the bottom side, the external system that can be integrated into the system to enrich the data for decisioning to produce the business outcome. Then at the top, the A/B testing and dynamic traffic allocation with multi-arm bandit method, which is internal logic that will dynamically allocate the traffic to incoming traffic, and it dynamically allocate the buckets into. So if you get a chance to look into, you can find it with the Sitecore CDP platform itself. Then in right side, the features that help us trigger one-to-one messages to each channel. Then we have the audience sync that export the segments to the external system. And then finally, we have the interactive APIs that we discussed. Data integration. So in summary, the data ingestion is in the left and actual processing is in the middle, which we can say heart of the entire ecosystem, and the data exposure to the external entities at the right to various channels, if you can see those channels at the rightmost side. Now, why client choose Sitecore CDP? So in very layman language, the best answer is to consolidate channel data, to orchestrate cross-channel and cross-brands, and to leverage operational data from and to any external system. So it can collect the data from any other external channels, any other external systems, and it can expose the data as well to the external systems. Another one is to make seamless, to scale seamlessly. Being a SaaS-based offer or SaaS-based platform, this will never be an issue. Like scalability will never be an issue. And the last one is to execute at pace. So as it is SaaS-based product, it can execute at pace. Now, because Sitecore CDP have all core CDP functionalities along with the decision testing and optimization and personalization, that makes the Smart Hub and perfect solution for the enterprise application. If you haven't get a chance to explore Sitecore CDP yet, I can show you how it looks like. So here is the dashboard for individual user, I would say. So Sitecore CDP drives revenue, loyalty, and retention with a single customer view that consolidates real-time and historical data from all offline and online channels. So here is the summary, and that summary is from offline and online data. So this will enrich profiles with omni-channel data to create secure, unified customer profiles and historical, transactional, or behavioral data for every single customer, previously known or not, whether those customers are previously known or not, even with the non-PII configuration available with the complete privacy. So if some organization don't want to store the PII information into the Sitecore CDP, still it is possible to identify the customer on the basis of custom identity resolution. It helps us to analyze or to help us to always know who is who. And it can merge unknown visitor behavior across the digital real state with known customer profiles to get the complete picture of the customers from offline and online, that we already discussed, that data or the customer can be identified on the basis of even the PII information or some external identity resolution rules that every organization might have. Next is real-time segmentation that helps us to roll out marketing campaigns and product releases with pinpoint accuracy using live audiences that track customer behavior across all the digital real states. It builds audience from every digital signal. Using this, we can track digital behavior and intent from all channels to create real-time audiences. Then push and sync to any channels for true one-on-one omnichannel personalization. We can also do audience retargeting that ultimately convert more customers with precise targeting using audience profiles built from your hard-earned data sources. After this, data can be shared with any other external channels or any other ad platforms or online and offline channels that we gone through in previous slide. Then we have the connections. So connections can be used to connect data sources regardless internal or external across all platforms and channels to turbocharge the ecosystem. So goodbye to data silos and hello data harmony. That is what the sentence that Sitecore is using to clarify in greater details. It's already done. Next is the CDP Data Lake. Earlier, that feature was not there. I mean, that feature was not available into the study material, but now it is available. CDP Data Lake. It provides harness to valuable data assets. So if data is the new oil, the data lake is there to power the entire technology stack. It stores vast quantity of the data from rich data sources and put it into the work when it is needed and where it is needed. Then we have batch sync to put data to work anywhere on any platform that we discussed, like audience sync is one of that, and the batch sync, another flavor to put data to work anywhere on any platform. We can share data from CDP Data Lake across technology ecosystem. This would uncover customer insight, fuel decision models, train algorithms, create lookalike audience, and build advanced analytics. Okay, now, like we have gone through everything, but ultimately where the organization is and why organization choose CDP, why organization wants to invest into any of the technologies. I think answer is very simple: to get maximum benefit out of it, or we can say return on investment, right? So let's figure out how Sitecore Smart Hub is performing in that way. So with Sitecore CDP, organization conversion rate can be increased by 7x. It's not 1, 2, or 3x. It can increase by 7x, and it can keep on increasing in the future. So this is that figure calculated on the base of existing analysis that has been done around the CDP. And $150 million per annum revenue can be added on top of existing revenue. So you can imagine $150 million per annum revenue. And overall 53% lift on net promoter. So it seems very promising for the business. And this is what the today's session all about. So you can see that overall, in a nutshell, this is the brief summary: having a smart CDP for your business. That's it all about for today's session. I think next we have the question and answer. So I'm open time for the question and answer. Anybody having any questions, I'm happy to answer. And then we can move on to the next slides. So Annie, over to you. Any questions we can discuss?
If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself.
I know it's a bit of from the organization point of view or from the marketing point of view. This time I didn't came up with the completely technological related session. Last two sessions were purely for the technical team, and this time I prepared myself for the strategic and marketing team. So maybe you have your questions.
Right. It's still pretty useful even for, for developers. Not a lot of people have been exposed to, this side of things yet. So it's a good, knowledge for us as well. I think you can proceed. There are no questions at this time.
Okay. No problem. If anybody has any kind of question, they can directly reach out to me. I'm open for all channels. I'll happy to answer. Okay, so I would really like to thank Horizontal team who gave me the wings and freedom to explore these technologies. I'm always keen to learn something new, and Horizontal is always stood up behind me and giving me the freedom to explore that. And so, really would like to thank Horizontal team for this. Also, would like to thank Nilesh Thakkar, who is a very dear friend of mine. He helped me to prepare the content for this presentation. And once again, thank you so much, Annie, for the stage and everyone who spent time to listen me from the busy schedule. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great day and relaxing.